track interval showing how Rusty Wallace has closed in on the leader, Sterling Marlin. Laps 2:24 through 2:28. The interval was reduced from 2.6 seconds to 2 seconds even.
Now, some of that was because Sterling was in some traffic. Now Rusty has to go through that same traffic, including Bill Elliott, who did go a lap down. So now there are only about 8 cars in the lead lap as a result of Schrader and Rudd having made pit stops.
There's Sterling with Rick Wilson, who apparently has also come in for some fresh tires because he passes Sterling with these.
Fairly easy to tell, kid.
Yeah.
My hat's off to Sterling Marlin. I've said it before, but you know, his car has been running well. We haven't seen anything this year that would say that he was going to go out and just dominate this race as he has today.
His best finish so far this year was a 9th at Daytona.
Well, Ricky Rudd goes by with those pressure tires, and we can see right behind him, Rusty Wallace. And if we can see him back there, you know that Sterling Marlin can see him.
Yeah, he's closing in. Nothing but daylight between them now.
236 laps completed. We're riding with Rusty.
And you know Rusty Wallace now can see the 8 car, and that gives you more, gets the adrenaline going just a tick more to drive a little bit deeper, get on the gas just a little bit harder to catch that guy in front of you. Sterling going by the Wally Dallenbach car, the Keystone Deer car.
Jimmy Spencer and Bobby Hamilton in the pits. Hamilton going out of the pits, so Jimmy Spencer coming in for a change of tires on the minus muffler car.
Wallace continues to pursue the leader, Sterling Marlin, here at North Wilkesboro. We're glad you could be with us on this Sunday afternoon, and we'll be back with more live coverage in a moment. Wilkes County, North Carolina, steeped in history. When you visit North Wilkesboro Speedway, there are a lot of other sites to visit. And here's one of them. The Wilkes County Courthouse in Wilkesboro was built back in 1902 and an example of official classical revival structure built at the turn of the century. It is a gorgeous building, isn't it?
Oh,
obviously well kept, and this lawn well manicured. That is
one of the most historic things about Wilkes County is the birthplace of
Benny Parsons.
Yeah. And I tell you what, looks like it's going to be a great finish today because Rusty Wallace is there.
Yeah, he's caught Sterling Marlin.
Uh-oh, he got bumped.
Yeah, he did.
He got bumped a little bit by the 52 car, Jimmy Means, I believe.
Rusty,
2 or 3 car lengths.
Rusty Wallace has 5 top 5s in the last 5 races, and that equals the number of top 5s that he had in all of 1992.
Is that right?
Yep.
Man, that is interesting.
It really is. He has really been on a roll.
Well, pit stops are going to be coming up before long. Jerry, what have you learned about strategy?
Bob, we checked in with both of the top 2 crews. Buddy Parrott, the crew chief for Rusty Wallace, said if we could just go past the lap 260 mark, which is about 12 laps away, we can make it on fuel and not worry about it. So they're going to at least stay out another 12, probably another 20 laps, because the 8 car of Sterling Marlin is probably going to come in around lap 275. Their first pit stop was at lap 140. 135 laps later, which will be 275, should be their second and probably final scheduled stop of the day. Let's go up pit road to John Kernan.
Jerry, that's exactly what they're talking about right up here. In fact, you've got Kyle Petty's crew wanting to come out. And Rusty Wallace has just moved into the lead as he goes around Sterling Marlin. Darrell Waltrip, we're expecting him about lap 270. Kyle Petty about lap 270. But Davey Allison, Larry McGriddle say they will fit about 10 laps earlier. They're running in 6th place right now, and they had a 17-second pit stop on their first effort. So look for them. You know about 10 laps, guys.
Rusty Wallace started 9th, moved quickly to 3rd, stayed there for a while, moved to 2nd, And at about 31 laps has moved into first position. Rusty Wallace is the leader. Look at Jimmy Spencer go around him.
Well, we said he was in the pits not long ago. So was Derek Coach on the 98 car. So with those fresh tires, here they go. Sterling's car has sort of gone away.
Yep.
His tires are good enough.
Bobby Hamilton, the Country Time Ford, made a pit stop. He goes by the leader.
He was one of those involved in the first lap accident, has some damage on the right side of his car. So it's now Rusty Wallace in command of the first Union 400 with a little less than 150 laps to go. Bob Jenkins, Ned Jarrett, Benny Parsons, John Kernan, and Dr. Jerry Punch with you at North Wilkesboro, North Carolina Speedway for the 7th event of the 92 NASCAR Winston Cup season, the first Union 400. And we show you a Fram Field summary where everyone was running last lap. The leader is the number 2 Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac, driven by Rusty Wallace.
And Ned, I'll tell you what, the 8-car strategy is going right out the window because Rusty Wallace is driving away. Well, the 8-car needs to get tires as quickly as he can, doesn't you think?
Well, yes, but he can't afford to come in now, Benny. If this thing goes green the rest of the way with 140 laps to go, he's going to be sitting there in bad shape with tires at the end of the race. So he needs to go so he can maybe have 125, 130 laps to go on that last set of tires.
Now the 8-car needs to beat the 2-car in the pit. How'd you like to have that task in front of you?
A couple of guys have come in for pit stops. Dick Trickle, Hud Strickland, both on pit road. Ted Musgrave moves out. There's Jimmy Hensley in the number 7 car.
The Bojangles Ford and Kenny Schrader, the Kodiak Chevrolet, both of them go by Sterling. There's our leader, Rusty Wallace, in black number 2. Ted Musgrave, the Jasper Engine US Air Ford, right behind.
Ted just came out of the pit, so he'll motor right on around Rusty.
Junior Johnson's Bill Elliott car now in the pits. Hud Strickland made a stop. In fact, he's just pulling out of the pits as Elliott comes in.
Elliott was running in the 9th position before he came in, I believe. He had gone a lap down.
Bill patiently waiting for the crew to go to the left side of the car and begin the work over there on the racetrack. Schrader unlaps himself. Harry Gant passes the leader, Rusty. Bill Elliott is out of the pits.
Now Elliott will be able to catch Rusty in a moment and just drive by him with those fresh tires.
There's second place. Sterling Marlin. Boy, traffic jam here, huh?
Boy, I tell you, the traffic is horrible. I think Sterling's kind of playing it smart, just going on the inside and letting these cars go because Rusty tried to race him a little bit, and here's Davey Allison in the pit.
John Kernan is there.
It'll be a 4-tire change. Of course, Davey can't go the rest of the distance. He's pitting about 5 laps later than what Larry McReynolds had told me. Right sides are already on. Left side's going on. They had a 17.1-second stop on their last effort. Left side's now going on. Joey Knuckles got it and saying, go, go, go. 19 seconds. Now, one note I want to make. Nick Rainey is sitting in here with a camcorder, and he is taping the pit stop so they can take it back and analyze it. Now let's go to Jerry Punch.
And Sterling Marlin's crew could wait no longer. The Revestas Ford getting slower and slower on used tires. They had to come in now and roll the dice. Rusty Wallace, meanwhile, will come down and get his service. Left side tires going on the Revestas Ford as he is out and away. 20.1 seconds. Now let's look at our leader, Rusty Wallace, as his effort continues up pit road. The Miller Genuine Draft crew, remember in Bristol, Tennessee, 16.1 seconds. The key, the right front tire man, Phil Wilbur. 18 seconds off. Rusty Wallace is down pit road.
Good stop for Rusty. Terry Labonte came in just ahead of him in the pit stall, directly ahead of him, and I thought there may be a problem getting out, but not. Here's John Kernan with Kyle's pit stop.
There are